Taliban wants to make a deal. We'll see if they want to make a deal. It's got to be a real deal, but we'll see. But they want to make a deal. And they only want to make a deal because you're doing a great job. That's the only reason they want to make a deal. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank the Afghan soldiers for...
There are still many unanswered questions after a deadly plane crash in Kingston, Ontario. Police have not said how many people were killed, but they do say that there were no survivors. The single-engine plane was flying from Buttonville Airport, north of Toronto, to Kingston yesterday afternoon. The crash happened in a wooded area on the northern edge of the city near the Trans-Canada Highway. The cause is still unknown. There's no word on how many people were on board.
A California charter school reverses its decision after banning an 8th grader from performing a popular Christmas song for a class assignment.
An 8th grader is told her rendition of a popular Christmas carol is too religious for school. It was part of a piano assignment for a charter school in Placerville, California.
Explore their abilities and reach their full potential. At South Sutter Charter School, we believe in the power of choice.
13-year-old Brooklyn Benzel chose Joy to the World since it's one of her favorite songs during Christmas time. She later submitted a video sample of her playing the piano. But school officials responded by rejecting her submission. Their reasoning? Her choice of song. It's too religious. The officials, citing lyrics like Savior in Heaven, saying the popular Christmas song was unacceptable.
Live ammunition fired again in Nasiriyah. Here, like in other cities across southern Iraq and in Baghdad, security forces have tried to disperse crowds of protesters blocking bridges and roads. No matter their losses, demonstrators are not backing off. In the capital, residents of all ages tried to cross strategic bridges leading to the green zone, where the government sits. Among their grievances, corruption among politicians and what they see as Iran's growing influence over Iraq.
Belfast, the city never at peace with itself, for decades divided. The walls and fences separating the two communities remain. It's like a patient never quite sure if they're recovering from a terminal illness. But now they have something in common. The Irish Republican side of Belfast always hated Brexit. The pro-British side, though, supported it until Boris Johnson came along with a plan to partly divide the Northern Irish economy from the rest of the UK with a trade border in the sea. His former allies here see that as a betrayal of the foundation of the United Kingdom.
People are very angry about it. People do not support what he is proposing. Certainly, I think he has underestimated the strength of feeling across unionism in Northern Ireland, where we very clearly, and people on the ground very clearly, really cherish being part of this United Kingdom, being a full part of that United Kingdom.
Doctors perform surgeries by headlamp as a battle rages. This was the scene at the Ras Al Ain hospital as the Turkish military continued its offensive against Kurdish forces in northern Syria. It was the first but not the last time Kurdish authorities would accuse Turkish forces of targeting medical infrastructure, a charge that Turkey strongly denies. According to the Rojava Information Center, Kurdish ambulances and clinics have regularly been hit, and at least 5 medical workers killed.
For the first time in nearly 4 years, a passenger plane touching down at Sanaa International Airport, the first of 3 to arrive from the Saudi capital. Aboard the plane's 129 Yemenis that the International Committee of the Red Cross called prisoners of war. They were welcomed like heroes by large crowds into an airport building that has stood empty since 2016. Houthis and the Saudi-led coalition signed a United Nations broker deal in Stockholm last December, but it has yet to be implemented. Both sides should have released 17,000 prisoners of war. The Houthis have so far released 600. This group from Saudi Arabia was released as a sign of goodwill.
Melbourne's favourite gorilla, who rose to fame as an adorable infant, has reached a special milestone. Yakini, the silverback, is 20, with a special celebration held to mark just how far he's come.
They're the images that melted hearts across the globe. Born via C-section at Melbourne Zoo, Yakini, the baby gorilla, had a dramatic start to life. The adorable primate barely surviving his first few days. He's come a long way. Now a strapping silverback, Yakini's left his teenage years behind him. Today celebrating his 20th birthday at Werribee Zoo. Like all children, he's had his fair share of drama. As a 9-year-old, he escaped his enclosure, sending the zoo into lockdown. He was eventually found and tranquilised in the elephant enclosure.
Мы стреляем, этот рекорд ночной из винтовки «Сумрак» из ВЛК-14. Это та же, в общем-то, винтовка, которая стреляла рекорд на 4210. 2,5 года мы шли к этому рекорду. Сегодня ужасная погода, абсолютно просто непригодная для выстрела, но все равно мы постараемся сделать этот рекорд. 2 километра в абсолютной ночи, в новолунии, ни звезд, ничего не видно. Вот. Будет сделан выстрел за 2 километра отсюда. Выстрел! Выстрел!